So what does the future of the United Church of Canada look like? I'm not an expert, but we have some ideas on where people want to take the church into the future. This is St. Luke's United Church. It was built in 1887 in the middle of Cabbagetown in Toronto, and it is one of many churches that is quite large. It was built with old money back in the day, and now it is so large and the congregation just doesn't fit it. And so what do we do with this building? St. Luke's United wants to sell off part of its building and keep the sanctuary and the food bank and some of the community ministry, but turn some of their land into affordable housing, with a third of it being below market rate. It is a very clear need in the community. There is a housing crisis across the country, and in the meanwhile, churches are sitting here looking for a place to belong. It is no shock that the United Church population peaked in the 1960s and has been on the decline ever since. And so buildings that we have built with the expectation to keep the original population just aren't working. We have too many buildings, not enough people to fill them, and not enough people to run and maintain those buildings. This is something churches across the country are learning to do and learning to adapt. They are taking on long-term care centers and places to embrace people with disabilities, communities to work with youth and those who are marginalized. And there are churches that are selling their land outright or giving it to local Indigenous communities as part of our reconciliation call. Like I said, I don't have all the answers. I am no expert in any of this, but this is the time for the church to ask the question, are we able to be a church without a building? And if so, what do we do with our buildings that are invaluable and important spaces across the country?